Welcome back to the channel. Today it's the 2026 540i, only available in the xDrive frame, so it's the G60 chassis. Again, up front, our Oxide Grey. All right, so headlights. So dual headlight design. There's like quotation marks for the daytime running lights. Also has a corner light there in the corner. Until this one does not have the M Sport package. The 540i, unlike the 550e, you have the option to go, I don't want to say classic BMW, but BMW look or M Sport, more aggressive look. So a classic, if you will, grille with the silver outline. And then you have some openings for air intakes here. And it's also an active kidney grille, but for the most part it is plastic. Then you can see the parking assistance camera there on the driver's side of the grille. And then the sensors for any driving assistance pro, and this one does have it, are pretty well hidden there in the middle of the two grills. Now, Oxide Grey, I think first appeared on the G20. That was pre-LCI, and at that time it could only be ordered for German-built cars for the US market. It also appeared on the G80 M3, I think for only one model year. Over on the side, Style 934s, the standard wheel that comes on the 540i. They are 19-inch wheels. And sort of like an aero wheel as well. You see floating center caps as well, and standard brake calipers. Step back, take an Oxide Grey, which is basically like a sort of a silver look, but it does have some gold flaking in it, and that really comes out in the sun. So, at least in my eye right now, part of this car is lighter gray, and then you can see the gold flaking coming out. Now back, you got your standard slimming tail lights. You got xDrive badging and 540i badging. Plus 5 is very large font size compared to the 40. Then reversing light is that little thing there in the center. And there are exhaust tips, but they do not protrude from the bumper. So they are there. You can see it right there. So that's sort of like a new look for the G60, although I think it also appeared on the E60 if I remember correctly. So if you want those protruding exhaust tips, you have to set up the M5. Here's your Oxide Grey, out of direct sunlight. Side profile to me reminds me of the E60. We're going to make our way inside, go over pricing options on this decently equipped 540i. All right, so open it with the black Vaganza. Now, Vaganza is a standard material on the 5 Series. Door card, softish plastic up here, it's synthetic. Some Vaganza here. Got a very large light bar here, which does include your seat settings menu. So a little quick access or quick launch bar there. Down below, hard, scratchy plastic. Now, these seats are powered. You can tell the difference in the head restraint there. So powered head restraint goes up and down. But otherwise, the Vaganza seat is very similar, if not the same, as the regular seats. Down below, you have adjustments just for lumbar support. Adjustments for the side bolster adjustment are in the seat menu. The same for the crumb catcher. So this is a powered crumb catcher in this case. All right, so in front of me, your hexagonal steering wheel, standard on the 5 Series, and it's borrowed from the iX. So left-hand side of this 2-spoke steering wheel, you have controls here for assisted driving and cruise control. You also have shift paddles. In front of me, iDrive 8.5 live cockpit, then head-up display. The rest of the curved display here. And this upper portion of the dashboard, softish plastic there. It is synthetic. All right, the trim, a little bit hard to see right now, is a fine wood dark oak high gloss trim. Also has your light bar here, which also has controls for your vents, so open and close are here. Down below, these are the controls for where the air is blowing, up, down, left, right. Left-hand side over here for wireless charging. Right side does nothing. Then you got cup holders and USB-C charging ports. And then lots of high gloss black here for all your fingerprint needs. Got your drive selector nub, iDrive controller knob, and wheel for the volume. All right, starting price at the 2026 540i is $67,100. Oxide Grey adds another $650. Driving Assistance Pro, which does include Highway Assistant, for another $2,500. Luxury Seating Package for $1,350. That is not available on all of the Vaganza materials. I think Burgundy is one of them that does not come available. I think maybe Espresso. Then the Premium Package for $1,900. And $650 for the 4-zone climate control. We'll see that momentarily. Then we've got luggage compartment mats, Wheelox, all-weather floor mats, floating hubcaps, sunshade, and first aid kit. So not all the vehicles currently have a sunshade available as a port-installed accessory, but it's just a box in the trunk, but can be useful. All told, MSRP this particular example, $76,255. Are your estimates for fuel economy. And then standard on the 5 Series, except for the 550E, is the moonroof. You could opt for a glass panel with either the executive package or standalone option. No comfort access on the rear doors. Here's the rest of that black Vaganza. And here's a view of the cockpit from the back seat. And out back you have vent controls, 2 USB-C charging ports in the console here, plus your climate control console for your rear passengers. Also includes heated rear seats. Back of each of the front seats you have USB-C charging port plus travel and comfort system. Then knee room, legroom, pretty good as you expect in the 5 Series. Same can be said about headroom back of the 5. So move to the back here. Then we do have kick to open. And decent size cargo area. The new basically mobility kit. So this plugs into or attaches to the wheel that needs air. And you have an inflator there or compressor. Pump it up. One-time use only. Here's that sunshade. The luggage compartment mat. Do recommend getting that as well. Of course, you can also fold down the rear seats for even more room. Then a powered tailgate or kick to close. Then we're going to make our way to the front and pop the hood. Taking more of Oxide Grey. All right, so here's the B58 inline-6 3-liter turbo engine. In this, guys, it's 375 horsepower and 398 torques. So plenty of power, especially compared to the previous generation 540i. But that's it for a quick look at another 540i. We'll see you at the next video.